Welcome back everybody. I'm Riz with the Blade, your personal mining guru, and today we finally gonna start to do runs with prospectors and show you how is this done the right way and how to actually mine with the Helix laser if you wanna break the biggest rocks possible. So let's dive in. We have here Taranite rock, which is like around 18 tons, and it's like pretty decent. Has 30% of Taranite, which is not the best, but you can have till maximum 50 in percentage. And we're gonna try to break this with Helix laser, which is the most powerful laser, right? But with Helix you can actually break till 30 tons, around 30 tons, which a lot of people think it's not possible, right? But it is. So let's set up first what we need. Here now I'm gonna show you that you can also put this 2 SU box you see in your back in Prospector, which is not necessary, but I'm just showing you options what you could do now in 3.22. And you can have a lot of stuff, so it's easier, you know, to just put a box full of stuff in ship than just every time drag everything from your local inventory in the station to the ship and back. So like this you can just, you know, put it out, and next time when you're gonna go mining you can back put in. And now here you see I'm putting Stampede and Surge module in my backpack, and I'm putting gonna put on under my backpack because this backpack is too small to put Gadget inside, so we're putting them underneath, which you're supposed to actually have it underneath your backpack to be usable to put it on the rock. And now here I already unlocked the ports for the mining head. So to do that you need to press right Alt and K, and now you see I can remove one focus module away, and default I set up 2 focus modules on my Helix laser. This is always how I'm using Helix laser. And you can see here I remove one focus 3 module and we're putting a Stampede module on. Now we're putting a Gadget Sabir on the rock. This is what in most cases you're gonna use with Prospector, because Prospector is just too weak to rise the bar up if the resistance is too big. So Sabir is the best gadget for lowering resistance. And you see now I'm gonna try to move these sliders. So in the percentage, what you see here, it says waveform accuracy on the right side. You need to get to 90% or higher. So if it's 90, it's already okay, and then you can press this big button which is gonna be highlighted as yellow when you get to 90%. Now it's on, and as you see it's gonna blink green, and now you can go back to the ship. We're gonna start to mine now, and now we're gonna show you a few situations how the bar can go in the red fast and why. The most important thing in mining now, it's to have patience and to rise the charge level bar, like you see it here now, the slowest as possible, not the fastest as possible. It should just be done fast. That's not the case anymore. And you're gonna see here now how I'm holding it on this like over 80% of power, and it's gonna jump instantly in the red. So you need to, even with this, how it works now, how you're seeing it now, it's even that is too fast to go up in the green. So it needs to go even slower than that, because instability is almost 200, which is pretty high. And because of that, you can explode the rock very easily, you know, to push everything in the red fast. So always take your time and always reduce it much more than you think it's gonna be needed, because this bar, it needs to go very slowly, you know, just barely moving up. And if you have some huge rocks, like, you know, 25 to 30 tons, which is the basically maximum that you can break with Helix, and you have this green zone very tiny, you know, very thin, playing like this can in most cases, you know, cause you to explode the rock. So this is very tricky to do when the green zone is very small, and you need to be very experienced to play with that, right? So that's why it's not advised to go for like huge rocks, and the rocks which has like a small green zone. And one of these rocks are rocks who are gold rocks, for example, right? Gold has very small green zone, so it's better to mine Taranite or Baxalite as tier 1 materials than gold. And normally gold you're getting 1 or 1.5 times less than Taranite and Baxalite, so it's basically the worst thing to mine from tier 1 materials. And normally Continuum you're supposed to always take, but Continuum has the biggest instability, right, and the smallest green zone, so yeah, it's really tricky to mine. Now we get to the most interesting part. How to mine these second breaks, you know, where you have tiny pieces correctly with Helix laser. So the only way to do it is to reduce your power to the minimum completely, which is 20% still, and then you move your ship forwards and backwards to reduce more your power, because if the ship is not with Helix laser on 15 meters distance, you're slowly losing more and more power how far away you go from the rock. So this is the correct way to using Helix laser to break smaller pieces, you know, after the first break. So basically this is all second breaks, right? So when you're doing this, first normally you need to scan everything to see which pieces actually have not Continuum, the Taranite, right? And now you see I'm going closer and closer to start to rise this bar, charge level bar, up into the green. But I'm not using scrolling the mouse. So I'm having my power on the lowest output, but with going closer, I'm rising the bar. And you can see, you can also overheat, you know, like that, because Helix laser is pretty powerful. And if you're not going, you know, the slowest as possible, just few percentages difference is gonna push the bar fast up. So you need to be very, very careful and very, very precise when you're doing mining like that, right? Because the only other option that you have is to take a host fate laser, for example, and then go for rocks who are like till maximum 10 tons to 15, not over that, you know, because you're not gonna break something over that size. But if you wanna go for bigger size rocks like this, you need to use Helix. And his normally starting point power is 20%, so that's why you need to, like, if you wanna say legally exploit the game in this way, to use your distance from the rock to actually break it, because it's not possible way to lower your output power more than 20% to 0. So that's the correct way to using, you know, Helix laser for second breaks. And the only way different that you can do it is to put actually host fate laser inside your ship on the floor and then exchange them, you know. But this is, if you wanna say, pain in the ass to do, because we still don't have option to, when you buy the mining laser head, to just drop it from inventory on the floor. It's too big. So you need to use ships, put ships out, remove the mining laser, put another ship out, and then put it in that other ship through the doors in, you know. And this is just, you know, a lot of time wasted, and if you die, you're gonna lose all the things together, right? So this is gonna be thing in the future maybe, but we need to see if that is gonna be a reality in the future, right? I speed up all this process of breaking second breaks, and you know, so I don't waste your guys' time, but you can really good see now what is happening here, even it's speed up. And now we're gonna start to collect pieces, right? So first you need to normally scan them, and you're always supposed to collect where it says, if it's normally Taranite, what you're looking for, from like, you know, 30% or 40% or higher pieces, because you cannot remove away what you don't want from these rocks. You're collecting everything, so you need to pick your rocks which you want to put in your ship. And we're gonna fill up the entire ship here with Taranite and aluminum and maybe a little bit of inert. but the inert is the only thing what can be filtered. So this is that thing what I was talking about in previous videos, that filtering modules are not such a big deal, because they're only filtering inert materials, which with lasers are already filtered 30 to 40%, you know. And because of that, it's much more beneficial to have some outer modules which can, you know, lower the instability, lower the resistance, and increase the green zone, you know, for breaking rocks. And that's basically it, you know, what is concerned this knowledge to how to mine, you know, with Helix. It's pretty risky. It depends what you mine, because here on this Taranite situation, we have pretty big green zone, right? So if it's small zone, it's much more difficult. And now you're gonna see when I collect all these pieces, now you can see how much I have Taranite. So it's like 16.5 SU. So that's basically half of the ship, and the rest is aluminum and tiny bit of inert. Now we're going back to Refinerie. Now I'm just speeding up also this so you guys see just where you need to go. And first we're gonna check where you can sell immediately how much we can get for this, right? So when you select your prospector, you're gonna see for this we can get like 52k if we don't refine. So that means we're gonna get double if it's refined. So for refined it will be around like 105, 110k, and we need to pay normally the refinement process fee, right? So let's see how much is going to be here in just pure ore. So when you select your prospector, let's see how much we can get in yield. We're selecting now the Taranite and we put in a dynamic solumentation process. And when you press get quote, now you can see in yield it says 1406. So this is what you're getting out, right? And you need to pay 6.5k total cost for refinement process. And if you want to calculate that, that's like 1406 times like 76 or 77,000, which is 1 SU of Taranite, right? And it's around 108k. And this station doesn't have any increase in bonuses, so the maximum that you can get is 5% more on like Arkel 4 station. You know, this station is Arkel 2. So this is that difference, yeah. So this round was like around 100k. You just need to keep in mind that you're always gonna be filling up, you know, like half ship, 2/3 of the ship, you know, not more than that, because you're always picking up something what you don't want, right, with all this. I hope you guys gonna learn a lot from this and you're gonna understand now much more clear how to use Helix laser, which is basically the only way to use it because of his higher power output. And I gotta show you much more rocks how to crack with Helix and also with outer lasers, because you can choose on which path you wanna go. Like if you wanna go like to like maximum 10k rocks or 15, or you're gonna go over till to like 30k rocks, you know, 30 tons. I hope this information is gonna be useful for you guys. So if you like the video, please, you know, subscribe, like and share it with everybody else who you think it's gonna need it. And till next time, keep mining and don't blow up. Bye bye.